Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we are talking Married at First Sight Season 18 Episode 14. Lies, lies, and lies. yeah, yeah, this I'm sorry y'all. We are close to the end of the season. We had a couple weeks left before decision day. And we're finally getting into the juicy part of the season and the much anticipated stuff and rumors that have been going on are finally starting to circulate a little bit and everything. And this season is starting to become a little messy and scandalous. I'll get into more of that later in the video. Um, yeah, so we got a lot to talk about. Now, there was a reason why I didn't do the recap last week because I wanted to, it was just the same old for last week. I just wanted to get a little bit more information on some of the stuff that happened and came to light and everything. So, and I wanted to talk more about it this week and stuff. So we're gonna get to all of that. So we're gonna start positive. We're gonna start with the power couple, and that is Camille and Thomas. So Camille and Thomas, like I said, they the power couple. They're going to say yes on decision day, and I'll be amazed if they don't. Their discussion now. They met with Pastor Cal in this episode. And speaking of which, we've been seeing Pastor Cal and Dr. Pepper, but where's been Dr. Pepper? I think I only seen her like once or twice this season, like since the season's been going on. Like we haven't seen much of Dr. Pepper. But anyway, Camille and Thomas, they met and they've been going on dates and everything and adjusting and everything. And they met with Pastor Cal and they talked about their living conditions, basically. So they're trying to prepare for life after decision day since they're going to like still be married and everything. Both of them, are still under leases at their current apartments and stuff and everything. And they're just trying to figure out like who's gonna move who, when are we moving in together, how are we gonna do this, and that. Camille is a little slightly annoyed because Thomas has like been really nonchalant about it because he just like whatever happens, we'll just basically play it by ear. But Camille does want a plan basically. And Pastor Cal had asked them, who is more subject to break their lease right now? And, Thomas said it's him because his lease is about to come to an end a little bit sooner than Camille's is. And, Camille is happy to hear that and everything. So, they're just trying to, figure that part out, which is normal, which is, given the situation and the experiment and stuff and everything. That seems like a legit conversations that they can easily figure out, in my opinion. They the power couple, so I'm happy for them. They the bright spot of the season and stuff. So we're gonna move on. Next couple I want to talk is a couple that could be a power couple, but they just can't get it together, and that is Carla and Juan. Now, they don't really argue, but they're lacking like compassion and affectionates with each other and everything. And I'm not worried about the intimacy, because that will come, but they're not like holding hands, hugging, kissing and everything like I wish that they would and stuff. Because last week they did like some kind of like, it wasn't Karma Sutra, it was just some kind of like weird sex thing, and they were with some weird lady show them how to do things. Now that particular lady took to social media this week and said that she was paid to do that scene and that Married at First Sight is trash and everything, and that was a trashy scene or whatever and stuff. So we had to go through all that crap now, saying, oh, the show's fake, the show's trash, blah 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 and all that. And I'm just like, okay, you didn't have to do it if you really didn't want to. But anyway, Carla and Juan, Juan say he's not into the whole like spiritual thing. Like, Carla likes to do all the saging stuff and all that and everything, all that energy and stuff, and Carla had mentioned this on the after party that like Juan's family is actually into that stuff. So she's a little surprised how Juan is disconnected from that when his family is like that and stuff. So I just don't understand how I just don't get where the disconnect is between Carla and Juan on why they can't seem to really get it together. And like, my prediction with them is that like I do think they're gonna say yes on decision day, but they're probably gonna be broken up by reunion. Because like I said, they don't fight, but they just can't, and I don't know, they just cannot. I don't. I just don't get it with them. They can't get it together. They're both, and I said this multiple times. They're good. Both of them are good-looking people. In this episode, one shaved his beard and everything, coming in with the the Latin mustache and everything. Because this is the episode also where the couples go on the couples retreat. Every year on Married at First Sight, there's a couples retreat and stuff and everything, and one basically dressed for the occasion. He came into the house and everything. Everybody's like, "Ooh, look at you!" and everything. He had the mustache and everything. Him and Alan wanted to be the main cooks of it and everything and stuff. It was, it was pretty fun. It was pretty cool. It was just to lighten the mood up and stuff and everything. So yeah. Anyway, that was Carla and Juan though. The next couple I want to talk is Madison and Alan. Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, okay. Okay, we'll start with Madison and Alan as a couple. Early in the episode, we seen a hidden one of those hidden cameras of Alan. It was like 3 a.m, sleeping on the couch. Madison comes in tiptoeing in, and from my angle and stuff, she came in looking a little bit scruffy, a little bit in my opinion. It may be just the angle I'm looking, but it was a little bit suspicious. Now, we all know Madison goes out every night, but, she came in tiptoeing in and tiptoed her way to the room and stuff and everything. And, yeah. So, next morning they talk about it, like Alan's not trying to pick a fight with it about it. But, they met with Dr. Pia in this episode, and Dr. Pia had asked him, had asked Madison, like, it's cool that you hang out with your friends a lot, but when are you going to make your husband a priority? Like it seems like you go out like every night with your friends. And she's like, I don't go out every night. I just go a couple of nights a week. Well, they showed some meeting footage of her in the last 3 nights consistently coming in like at 3 a.m. and stuff and everything. And I'm just like, even the girls that have like their friends that they hang out with constantly, all that, I haven't, all my years of seeing that, I have never seen them do it like three nights consistently. I see them do it like a couple times in a week, but I never seen it like 3 consistent nights out that late, especially in the middle of the week and stuff. Madison is 29 years old, so like, something's just not seeing right about that. And I'll get to more of that later and stuff, but something is just not, we all know that's just a little suspicious. And then, so then her and Alan like go to this just go out to this like little dress shop or whatever, like just for Alan to get some new clothes and everything. Alan is like the gold chain type person, and they met with this guy that was going to help him change his wardrobe a little bit. And Madison said something that really irritated me. She told this guy that if I met my husband in a bar, I wouldn't go up to him. I wouldn't be attracted to him or stuff like that. And I'm just like, okay, one, that's mean to say to in front of your husband and to another guy that's helping. That is mean to say. And like I said, she's 29 years old. We're still living in that time where people are like, oh, I wouldn't approach you. I wouldn't approach you at a bar or something. If you came up to a bar, I would laugh at you and stuff. Like we're still doing that. Like we are seriously still doing that. I mean, I don't do the bar and the club scene and stuff, so I wouldn't know. But like, if that's the analogy and the comparison that people are still doing, then I just think it's ridiculous. I think that was just disrespectful for how she said that and everything. And Alan's just taking it, and I feel bad. I feel bad for Alan like this entire season and everything. And so he changes his clothes, and she's like finally happy. She's saying that, oh, you look good, you look hot and everything. He was like, what? This is the first time I've ever heard that, basically. So and everything. So yeah, so they drive up to the retreat and everything. They were actually the first ones there. And they get first dibs on the room and stuff and everything. And, Alan's going to be the cook and stuff and everything. And yeah, it seemed chill at first, but I'll get to the couples retreat later. So that was Madison and Allen. Next couple I want to talk is MM and EKG. Now this is where things. Now they agreed a few weeks ago to move back in, but they didn't do it. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Excuse me. So yeah, MM and EKG agreed to move back in, but they never did. EKG is just trying to stay. I mean, MM is trying to stay cool about the situation, but EKG just keeps disappearing, and he's just not into it. He's checked out. When he met with Dr. Pia, he just said, hey, how you doing and stuff. And Dr. Pia was like, why are you giving your wife like that? He was like, well, I was just talking to you. I wasn't being disrespectful to her and everything. And she was like, okay. And so, when they had their talk with Dr. Pia, and, EKG said, I just don't want to try, basically said he doesn't want to try anymore. And, he's, really checked out, and he doesn't feel like this is a marriage and everything. And so, and MM wants to stay with it. She was like, this is my husband and everything. But, he's checked out. And, neither one of them seem like they're understanding much of each other's views on things and everything. EKG is mad because, she was all over him during the honeymoon when they just met and stuff and everything. And then, in EKG and is also mad that every time he says something, MM takes it to something that it really isn't and stuff. And like I said, I see both parts of it, but EKG has checked out. So after he met with Dr. P and they go outside, and after he said he really doesn't want to be married anymore, he has MM. He was like, "You want to go across the street and play some video games?" And MM was like, "Sure." So they went to go play video games and apparently had a good time. But I'm just like, what the heck? You just say you don't want to be married anymore, and then you're gonna ask her to go play video games? Bro, really? Really, bro? Really? I mean, really, come on, man. Come on. And let's also remember, EKG is a teacher. And remember, he applied for Married at First Sight back during the Houston season, in season 13. And then get on there. He's not making a good example for his students, him acting like this. He's supposed to be a teacher. He's supposed to be handling things a little bit better than what he does. And if I was one of his students, I wouldn't trust him. I'd probably drop all his classes in my opinion. Because look, I see you on TV and look at you. I don't trust you. I don't even trust you to teach me anything, because if you teach me something, it's going to be something that's going to get me in trouble, in my opinion. So, I don't know. Anyway, that was MM and EKG. Next couple I want to talk, and the last couple is Michelle and David. So, the text scandal. Remember a few weeks ago, David had sent a message out to Michelle that it said, "You're so fine, I just want to eat you up." And Michelle questioned him about it. He said, "Oh, that was actually for food that my cousin Denise sent." And he would improve it to Michelle. And Michelle said, "You're lying. I don't believe you." And he was like, "This is my story, and I'm sticking with it." Okay. So last week, they met with Pastor Kyle, and Pastor Kyle told her, you can ask Denise." He asked David, like, "Are you gonna prove it?" He's like, "I'm not gonna get Denise into something. This is my marriage." Well, she is in it and everything. So in last week's episode, we left off with Michelle calling Denise, and Denise is like a ride or die cousin. And she told Michelle that, like, "Listen, he texted me and said that cover for me and stuff and everything." And then, like, at first I was going to do it, but then when I found out what it really was, I was like, "No, I can't do that. This is girl code. But I'm not doing this and everything." But cousin Denise confirmed that there was no food message. He didn't text me. I didn't text him about food. There was no food message or anything and stuff. So in this episode, Michelle meets up with MM to discuss it, because both of them are having issues with their husband and stuff. And MM had asked Michelle, like, confirmed that, and asked Michelle, "Well, who do you think it really was?" And like that message was supposed to be sent to. And Michelle said, "I have a slight suspicion that it could be Madison." Uh-oh. Because they work out, and I see where he probably got confused with the M's, Madison, Michelle, and stuff and everything. But I don't want to jump into any conclusions and everything. But I'm starting to kind of think that, like, okay. And so Michelle and David meet up for a conversation, and I guess David had sent her a text message saying, "I want to clear the air." So David and Michelle have a late night conversation, and it didn't go well. Like, David said that, I messed up. I effed up. The message was for another girl. It was my friend Tiffany and stuff and everything. I deleted the contact. I messed up. I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. Michelle said, "Well, I still don't really believe you, because now your story changed again and everything." And he was like, "I'm owning up to it. This and that." And then he started turning everything around on Michelle. He was like, "I don't feel like this has been a marriage. I feel like you checked out a long time ago, like with my living arrangements, my living conditions, and everything and stuff and everything. So I just felt like I needed to seek elsewhere and everything." And I will admit, even though he's dead wrong for what he did, I definitely see his point of view. And that was also mentioned on the after party, because when you're rejected so much, and it's just like you don't know what to do. You just, like, now you're gonna look elsewhere. It's not an ideal situation, because like I said, when we first found this out, Michelle doesn't really care, because she's really not into David. But she's just trying to make it so, like, finding an scapegoat and everything. Like I said, David's 100%, and I'm not siding with David. I don't want anybody to think I'm siding with David on this, but I see his point of view with Michelle, and Michelle kind of sees that too, because she even admitted that on the after party as well and everything. So, like, And then David told Michelle, like, I kind of figure I already know what you're going to say on decision day in 2 weeks and everything. And she was just like, okay, then good. Go hook up with Tiffany or whatever. Bye. And everything. So both of them get up and leave and everything. And it just didn't end well. So now we go to the couples retreat. Now, like I said, Madison and Michelle, Madison and Alan were the first ones there. Then it was Carla and Juan, and then MM and Michelle, then Camille and Thomas, then David, and then EKG just popped in for a short minute. When David got there, like he gave Michelle a hug. They did hug each other. Everybody gave each other hugs and stuff, and it was just awkward. And I think, like Carla had said, you can cut the tension with the knife, Alan. You get a knife and cut the tension with the knife and stuff. So they're getting ready for dinner and stuff and everything. Alan's cooking a nice meal. He told everybody to dress up, wear dinner attire and everything. We're gonna have a nice dinner. So as he's getting ready to prepare, EKG comes in, and EKG is just like, comes in, doesn't say hi to anybody. Everybody's just looking at him like, uh-oh, trouble's here. This clown comes in with the divorce paper. He pulls MM inside and says, "Can I talk to you?" And she said yes, and he's like, I had good times, bad times in this marriage, but I did want to present you with this. And she says, a divorce paper. And she was just like, well, okay, I will grant you your divorce, but where do I sign? This is only one page out of 4. There's supposed to be like 4 other pages left. Where do I sign? And she's saying, like, I'll sign this when you have the whole thing. This is not a legal document. Give me the legal document and I will sign it and everything. And he was just like, okay. Like, you're not going to sign it? She's like, no, not right now until you bring me the legal document. I will give you your divorce. And, and so he was like, okay, and he left. Now, he was called out on the after party because, like, he was like, you came in to, like, kind of cause trouble to get a reaction, basically. And he somewhat admitted that, too, because he wanted MM to pop off, like they did at the 1 month anniversary thing. And she didn't pop off, so now he just looked goofy for that and stuff. So he leaves, and MM, she stays smiling, and she's like, yo, I just got to present him with divorce papers, but he just wanted to make me look bad. I don't, it just is what it is. Like, but he does need to do it right if he wants to, get a divorce. I was like, I'll grant you your divorce. Just, like, do it right, basically. So we head back to dinner. Now we're all eating. Alan did offer EKG some food, and he was like, no, I'm allergic to shellfish or whatever. Whatever. That's a whatever. And so we go back to dinner, and, everybody's going to ask what their update is, like, how's everybody doing and stuff. MM was just like, y'all know where I'm at, so how y'all doing? Carla and Juan, like, they're doing okay. Then they went to David. David admitted to everybody about the text message. All right, guys, I lied. I'm sorry to you guys. I feel bad as a husband, as a son, and etc. I'm sorry, this, and that, and everything. And so Michelle, he publicly apologizes, which is good. And, Alan said, that's good that you're man enough for it, and everything. And so, like, Michelle was just like, I still don't really believe him and everything and whatnot. And then, like, she said that she wants to, like, she had told MM that she kind of wants to question a little bit of Madison a little bit. So she randomly had asked Madison Allen, have you guys kissed yet? And he's like, no, not since the honeymoon and everything. And like, where are you guys at? And David quickly shut that off. He was like, there doesn't need to be any more discussion about this and everything. And then Alan tried to, just say like kind words like, let's just try and this and that. And then David cut off Alan. He's like, Alan, like, just drop it, bro. And be sensitive. And then Madison started getting defensive. She was like, I'm tired of these deep conversations right now, like, and everything. I really don't want to do this right now. And then, like, Madison actually gets up and leaves the dinner table. She's like, I'm about to pack up my stuff and go and stuff. And when she did that, that was the clear giveaway. That was the clear giveaway. There's clearly, I've been waiting just to see how it plays out and everything, looking at body language, looking at how people look at each other and everything. But the way that David was like cutting off Alan, like saying like, we don't need to talk about this anymore. And then Madison was starting to get like defensive and got up and left like that, like, and everything. That was kind of a giveaway there too. So on After Party, Carla spilled some tea that we didn't know. Well, we kind of knew. Well, one night, apparently the night that message was sent, that the You're So Fine message that David had sent, he was out with Madison and Alan and Carla. And the girls were, were hanging out and wanted to get dancing. Madison had said, hey, let's all go dancing. Let's ditch the boys and stuff. And Carla said, okay. So they go dancing for a little bit. And then David shows up. And David, and then, like, I guess, like, Madison and David, like, disappeared somewhere. And they were gone for, like, 5 songs, they said, like, 25, and so, like, 5 minutes, 5 songs, so, like, 25 minutes. And they came back together in the crowd, and they were claiming that they were looking for Madison's phone and stuff, that she had lost her phone and stuff and everything. And now Carla was just like, looked at that like, And she said that I didn't get any suspicions and wouldn't have thought nothing of it until that point. But I didn't say nothing to anybody, not even to Juan and everything. So, because Keisha and I pulled him and asked, like, do you see, like, where it could be, that message could be from Madison? And, she flat out said yes. So... And Keisha that pool was like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit here and watch it just like the rest of us. Everybody's innocent until proven otherwise. You're innocent until proven guilty. So, and Madison's not here, David's not here, to share the perspective on that. So we're not gonna do that right now. But we're just gonna watch the episode and see how it plays out. And I just can't wait. I can't wait because this is just messy as it could be. And Madison and David are each other's type. So yeah, and I've been seeing rumors that on social media that they've been seen around today still together and stuff. So now, judging by the previews, it looks like Michelle's going to ask Madison, was that message for you? And and it showed that Madison was saying, it shouldn't have been, like, and everything. Like, why would it? It shouldn't have been. She said it shouldn't have been. Shouldn't have been. Okay. And then we see, like, Michelle going to ask Alan, like, do you think they have their numbers? They work out together. And Alan's just going to be like, oh, no. And then it looks like it's going to be confronted. And it looks like Alan's going to call out David about it and everything. And Alan's just going to like, F you and F her and everything. And I don't know. It's about to go down next week. And I cannot wait. This is like the most excited I've ever been for Married at First Sight. Because this is good. So get your popcorn ready. And I can't wait till next week to recap this next week. So, wow. I thought coming off of the Denver season, last season was going to be tough. But this one, it was good until this point. Like, we got scandals and cheatings and Wow. Yeah. But anyway, guys, that is the end of my review. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be back on next Tuesday, actually, to do The Last Resort. Because remember, there will be no 90 Day Fiancé this week due to the Super Bowl. So I will do The Last Resort next week then. And then come back for Married at First Sight again. And then the following week, we'll dive into the new season of 90 Day Fiancé. But yeah, Married at First Sight, yo. Woo, I can't wait for this recap next week. So, but like I said, I'll see you guys on Tuesday for the last, Monday and Tuesday for The Last Resort. So until then, y'all have a great week and stay safe. And please like and subscribe to my channel. And have a good one. Bye, y'all.